Welcome to the Lighthouse Theater, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. It's Roy Jones Jr., 91 kilos on the button. He's 180 centimeters tall with a reach of 188. And they'll be facing James Buster Douglas, 192 centimeters tall with a reach of 211 centimeters.
Oh my goodness, look at the reach difference there. That reach is going to be an absolute nightmare to deal with, because if that jab is used and that right hand is followed, there is going to be a problem tonight.
It's the incomparable Roy Jones Jr. Buster Douglas, you know the name, pulled off one of the most famous upsets in all of sports when he knocked out Mike Tyson in Tokyo, Japan.
Just take note, Todd. Check out the reach. Check it out.
And now it's time for the official introductions, and for that, we go to the Hall of Famer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match. And that's the opening bell, round one. No rest for the weary. The hook scores. Lucky that hook didn't score. This is such an amazing theater. So many great concerts have been performed here, but nothing quite like what we're going to see here.
Todd, I love theaters. For all these reasons, you can hear everybody in the crowd. You can hear the punches. The punches actually echo. If you're a fan coming in and you know you're in such an intense atmosphere, you know the pressure is going to be on.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You don't want to trade shots. Misses with the straight left. Catch and shoot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
The bell sometimes.
On to the second round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. How about that counter shot. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they throw. Did you see that? Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble.
Oh, I heard that, never but I saw it.
Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout. Let's get it started in round 3. And he scores with the counter. This fight is all about distance for this man, and you can see he's using that length advantage.
Todd, I would have fighter had an excellent reach, an unassuming reach. If you've got a good reach, it just really befuddles your opponent, because when they're out, they think you're out of range. Bam, you catch them with a jab. And if you catch them on the end of a jab, it takes and befuddles a fighter.
The charts action from both of these fighters. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. The straight right just misses. They exchange punches. When you're fighting a massive heavyweight like this, you can't go toe-to-toe. You got to stick and move and use angles.
If you're standing in front of a dumper truck and you're trying to punch it back, push it back, the dumper truck is probably going to roll right over you.
Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the tournament's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get at.
On to the 4th we go. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Swing and a miss with that hook. They call it the Glory Division. There's nothing quite like a heavyweight fight. It doesn't take much to win it. They threw the hook. It didn't land. Hook misses. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. No rest for the weary. You'd like to see more jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, there was time for the 5th round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Tried to score with a jab. The courage on display here is incredible. Good counter punch. That hook just can't find the target. He wasn't ready for that counter punch. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Missing with the hook. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close. There's the bell for round 6. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, 2 punches better. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. And he just misses with that jab. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Switch on. Get this boxing back together. Down the middle, you can miss him. Great work. Stay focused and let him fire. And he's been talking about that. You can talk from this way. Go on.
And there's the bell for round 7. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
These two were made for each other. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
They won't give us a second to catch our breath. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next...
And there's the bell for round 8. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
They both want a knockout, you can tell. Punch himself out, though. Only catching air with that hook. Punch, counter punch. Nice counter shot. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he blows you down.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Judges have spoken a unanimous decision victory.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally